What's up, fam? It's Dud from Dud and Pull, and today we're finally switching it up. Today we're going to be reviewing a Star Wars Black Series. Star Wars Black Series was the first major action figure line that I collected, and I would love to make a collection video because back in 2020 and 2021, I loved collecting these guys, and I stopped collecting them for a few years just to come back and realize that the market's completely crashed. Like, these guys aren't worth anything anymore, which is why we're reviewing Echo today from the Bad Batch. The only reason we're reviewing him is because he's $9.99, if I can focus that. He's only $10 at Ollie's now, and he used to be a $25 figure. So in today's video, we're going to be unboxing and opening Echo. He's one of the ones that came out a bit later, so I stopped collecting about after the Bad Batch wave. For whatever reason, they didn't put him in the original Bad Batch wave. And then 2-3 years later now, and he is at Ollie's, which is crazy because if you told me 2-3 years ago that Clone Troopers would be $10 at Ollie's, I would laugh at you. But now it's just believable because you could go to Ollie's and you can see a whole row full of Echoes for $10 each. It's just sad, but it's just because it's what McFarlane does. Is they do it much better because they have chases, they have all these other things about their figures, and they're also a much smaller company than Hasbro. And then Hasbro just sees how figures go up in price, or they see how figures sell out, and instead of saying to themselves, oh, we'll just make a different figure so that we can retain the market, we can retain the value and the want of our figures, they said to themselves, no, we're just going to mass produce and completely crash the market. And that's what they did. And now Black Series, unless you have the original 2014 orange label figures, and they have to be specific ones, they're not worth crap. And it's sad because, you know, when you buy something, you want it to kind of retain a value, but this market just completely crashed. But anyways, we've unboxed him here, much smoother unboxing than a DC Multiverse. Let's take a look at his accessories. He comes with this robotic arm that he uses in the Bad Batch show to open up a vault. This is placeable on his arm, so we will look at that, but it's this cool silver piece. We have his helmet here that looks very nice. We have the cutout here for the back of his head. A very cool helmet, and it is of course removable. And then we have his accessory, which is just this little blaster pistol there. And then we have Echo himself here, which is kind of a decent figure. We'll look at him. So his face print here, we have Echo. We have his paled out face, all the screws on his head of what they did to him, and we have this back piece of his head here. We have details all around him. He is a very detailed figure. That's what I will give Black Series. These guys are detailed so nicely. We took a look at this guy about a week or two ago, and he was also at Ollie's. Sick figures. When it comes to detailing, we have the little skull here, we have the marks, some burn damage, we have this red accent all throughout the figure, we have some cloth here attached for this little cape. Actually, it's not cloth, it's a rubberized cape, but we have some area for his accessory down here, his holster, some other gray things. He has this utility belt all around that's gray. For his arm here, he has this hook arm, which is very cool. Red accents here. His backpack, I believe, is removable, just like that. And you get this whole backpack piece with some detailing, some cool new colors there. And then you just have some more, you know, shoulder gear, or sorry, I was looking at the knees here, so knee gear, shoulder pauldrons or gear here. There's just so much to these figures. That's what I always give Black Series over DC Multiverse, is that the detail on these is way better in my opinion, because these characters are very much more, you know, difficult, or should I say unique, comparing it to just a Batman. I mean, I only collect Batman DC Multiverses, but that's kind of why they're not as detailed, because, you know, how much detail can you really put into a Batman? With these guys, there's just so many little things that goes on because it is Star Wars. Now let's look at his articulation. His head, 360 on a swivel. So I really do like that. It's very easy to move. He has an arm joint here, That's kind of interrupted by his pauldron, unfortunately. He has a very good elbow joint there, and then he has his hand joint. And his left arm also does have that joint despite being in a robot, but you can't really spin this. He has waist joint, that's 360. And you can move it up and down. He does have leg joints, but the cape kind of makes it hard to articulate him. He has the knee joints. He has a foot joint that kind of only points up. It's a very tough joint, but it's there. And then he doesn't come with the foot joints like the DC Multiverse characters do. Now for his helmet, you can just, I would guess you can just insert it in on his head. I didn't really give much thought to it. Try to do it off camera, but there is that space in the head. See, it's not like you can just put it over the head like what I originally thought. I guess you have to kind of, yep. So these parts on the back of the helmet actually come off, they detach, and then you kind of just try to put it on his head. Try to open up that helmet, and then yep, just like that. Try to place it on his head better. And yeah, there you go. And I think you can seal it back up if you want. But it looks pretty good like that. And then for his other accessory here, you can just put it onto his arm. He has this huge hand now. And then for his weapon, believe it does fit in his hand. Yep, goes in his hand pretty easily. So you can have him posing like that, or you can just put it in the holster right here. Put his backpack on him, and there you go. And there is Echo, man. This is a sick figure. Not sure why he's at the Dollar Tree. Sorry, the Dollar Tree. I wish he was at the Dollar Tree, but he, $10 for this guy. He is a 6-inch figure. So here's comparing him to Walking Dead McFarlane. So that's about a 3-inch figure. And then here he is compared to a 7-inch DC Multiverse. So you definitely do see the size difference there, but still definitely a decent size for a figure. It's only about a head smaller than DC Multiverse. Now, unlike DC Multiverse's Black Series don't really need stands. They don't come with stands, but that's because they are pretty solid on their own. So this guy isn't going to be falling over. He can maintain the weight. And here's him comparatively to the other Ollie's figure we looked at, the Death Watch Mandalorian. These are two excellent figures that for whatever reason are just at Ollie's. They are victims to overproduction. But what do I think about this figure? I think it is a very, very solid Black Series. I think it's a very solid figure in general. Unfortunately, I don't have much of a care for Star Wars anymore, so this isn't the coolest thing to me, but it still is a very nice figure. And for $10, you can't go wrong at all. Awesome figure, awesome price, and can't wait to open some more Black Series. But yeah, guys, that's it for this review. If you can find this guy at Ollie's for that incredible $9.99 price tag, definitely pick him up. You won't regret it. He's going to be an awesome addition to your collection. And in the next video, I think we're going to be finally unboxing the OG Din Djarin and the Child. So, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in tomorrow's video. Pick this guy up if you can find him. Peace out.